Hello, welcome to the Bitcoin sort of breakdown that I'm going to be discussing today. Today is the 8th of the 9th, 2021, and I've been talking about Bitcoin in some of my previous videos. Let's go to the 1 hour chart, and I was talking about that wedge pattern in some of my earlier videos when we had that breakout, and I thought that we were going to go to that 54 mark. We were close to it. We almost hit 53k, and then yeah, today woke up to a massive dump. I just wanted to discuss a few reasons why we had this dump. Sorry if it's a little bit whistly in my room right now. It's a bit stormy outside. The reason we had this massive dump all the way down to 42.843k is because of a lot of manipulation with El Salvador. As you guys might have been hearing, El Salvador made Bitcoin legal tender, which is incredibly bullish. It's a massive milestone for Bitcoin. I've always considered Bitcoin to be sort of a hedge against the US dollar, and it's the closest thing we have currently to a global currency. I consider Bitcoin to be up there with gold. I think if you're looking to make some quality investments, then you should be considering to invest in Bitcoin or potential other altcoin investments, but more overly Bitcoin on the basis that technology moves fast and the internet is in need of sort of like a digital currency, and fiat. Everyone knows that there's problems with fiat, there's problems with printing money, problems with lending, the whole helicopter money situation, the zombie company situation. It's a reason to probably, in my opinion, everyone should put at least 1% of their net worth into Bitcoin, sort of as a security sort of investment, and gold for that instance, against any type of crash in the fiat system. I just want to talk about what's happened and why this has occurred in Bitcoin. This would scare a lot of investors, but the best thing you can actually do in these situations with these crazy dumps is to buy the dips. For an example, if you were to be buying here, 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 and if you're lucky enough to get down here, it is reset and retested within within sort of minutes, and within 20 minutes it's bounced back up to that trading level of 47k, 47.5k. That's sort of where it's gonna go for a bit. I just wanted to discuss why this has happened. So I've just got a few articles here on what I want to talk about. The Bitcoin news. So El Salvador has made Bitcoin legal tender, which is massive. Bitcoin did crash, and the reason for that is because, in my opinion, it's a bit of manipulation, and also regulatory problems. And the main problem is that the rollout was not smooth. El Salvador's wallet release, it ran into network difficulties, it got congested, and pretty much it made it really difficult for the citizens of El Salvador to actually to use it. This will come and pass. When something like this happens, nothing is ever smooth. It has to have bug patches, blah blah blah. It's a software related issue. It will be fixed. I would give it probably a week or two. I've got a few other articles here. Bitso. They're a massive player, and they were rolled out to sort of assist in El Salvador's sort of wallet rollout. It's known as Chivo, and they released it yesterday. And I mean, it was only just released. There's always going to be sort of like little bugs and issues that they have to sort of fine tweak to get it working perfectly. So because it wasn't a perfect rollout, that's why there was a big dump. And also, in my opinion, there would have been some big players. I'm talking about Wall Street, banks, hedge firms that would have looked to sort of crash the price of Bitcoin to sort of help build anxiety, and also help the small amount of protests that were happening, sort of give support to them to say that, hey, like, just stick to the US dollar because Bitcoin's terrible. Like, look what can happen. But that's all just manipulation. In my opinion, Bitcoin is more valuable than the US dollar. But anyway, Bistro has done a partnership, and they will fix the issues that are going on with the wallet. It just will take a little bit of time for them to fix the issues that happened today. There's another article here. This was released by Edward Snowden. He's being quite a big sort of name in the crypto space. Some of the things that he talks about is it's been a little bit bearish, but ultimately he is talking about mass adoption. And today Bitcoin was formally recognized as legal tender in its first country. Beyond the headlines, there is now pressure on competing nations to acquire Bitcoin. Even as a reserve asset, it is designed massively incentives in early adoption. Latecomers may regret hesitating. That is massive. For him to come out and say that, it's super bullish on Bitcoin. Here, Bitcoin plummets as El Salvador formally adopts it as legal tender. El Salvador has become the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender, with businesses in the country now obligated to accept payment in the cryptocurrency. This is a global currency, and El Salvador has always been manipulated by American banks, and it gives decentralization to the people, and it stops the manipulation inside their country, and it can stop El Salvador from ever going bankrupt again. It's going to be really, really good for their people in the long run. I would say that this country is not the first that will go down this path. I think that more countries will. I see a lot of African countries benefiting greatly, especially the smaller places in Africa. Gambia. There's so many places, Zimbabwe, blah blah blah. They've got so many problems with fiat money that if they were to go down the Bitcoin path, I think they would do very, very well. And people would be able to climb that ladder of success and climb out of poverty, I think, a lot quicker than what they could on their current fiat systems. So their president has promised $30 worth of Bitcoin for anyone that downloaded that Chivo wallet. The rollout was not smooth. It ran into problems. It's one of the reasons why we had the big sort of dump, but it will come back. I think as we move into this weekend, Bitcoin is going to make its comeback. It's going to track up like this, and it's going to head back to the 50K and do incredibly well. There will be a bear market. I don't expect the bear market to hit till next year. I mean, it's almost holiday season. I think that, we're probably going to, let's get out of full screen here. We are probably going to max out, I would say, around 75 to 100K. And then I would say that is going to be around February. Probably, yeah, February. I'd expect us to be pushing that 75K in February to 100K, and then dumping. I just don't see Bitcoin getting over 100. I just don't see that happening. But anyway, a few other articles here. I've talked about that one. This is a Reddit post. El Salvador's update on the government wallet. So this guy is actually in El Salvador. He was talking about how the dump and the implementation, they were having technical problems. It was only available on Chinese phones. They could download the wallet, and it was showing errors, so it was not smooth. But I mean, as many of you guys know, there's been problems with wallet releases and updates. I mean, it will get sorted. You have to give these things time. Nothing is ever perfect, but it will be rectified and fixed, and Bitcoin will come back. They even purchased some more Bitcoin. I saw that they purchased another 30 million, I think, of Bitcoin. And then here, another person's talking about how it was a coordinated event to discourage other countries in the adoption. Sort of talking about how some of the bigger players were sort of trying to crash the price. Some financial institutions were trying to protect what they do. You know, they're trying to protect the US dollar and show that Bitcoin is not worth it, blah blah blah. That's a load of bullshit in my opinion. As you can see, we are already bouncing back very fast. So yeah, I think that as we get to the weekend, which will be on the 10th and 11th, I think we'll be looking at a 50k to potentially 55k rebound in Bitcoin. This was a huge opportunity to buy in. A lot of people got nervous, but in my opinion, it's these are the best times to buy. Yeah, I hope you liked the video. This was the last article. I didn't actually talk about this one. El Salvador has been forced to temporarily disable the Bitcoin wallet app. See, temporarily, they're gonna bring it back. I would give this, nothing's ever smooth when you're changing your fiat to a digital currency. They were the first to do it. There's always going to be little hiccups along the way, but all in all, I think this is super bullish. I wasn't expecting, a massive dump, but you can expect that if it's not smooth, there will be some type of dump, and there will be, like what this guy's talking about, there will be financial institutions trying to deliberately crash the market, maybe to buy in or maybe just to discourage people in El Salvador. I don't know, but the Chivo wallet didn't work for a few moments. They disconnected it. They're updating it. They're going to patch it. They're going to fix it. It's going to be back. Yeah, I think that once they've got the wallet up and running, which won't be long, everyone's getting $30 for free, which is insane. I think that people are going to do incredibly well in Bitcoin, and this is not the first country to go down this path. There will be more. So, I mean, it's happening, guys. The mass adoption is here.